And now we move next just into how COVID-19 has changed the world of technology. And indeed, it has changed the way most companies do business. Some, both local and global, have adapted the situation or been forced to shelve their brand building activities for good or opt to wait until the pandemic dies down. However, there are some who have changed tack, embraced the situation, and used the channels available to them and their customers to continue with business. Most companies have embraced social media, e-commerce, and other internet-driven ways of doing business. And among the tech companies that are moving to adapt to the new normal is Samsung, which is one of the world's big tech giants. And I'm now joined live by Charles Kimari, who is Samsung East Africa's head of integrated mobile. Welcome, Charles. Good morning.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much. Good to see you again.
Very well. Let's start with just a look at how the last 7 months or so have been for you in terms of COVID-19. How has the COVID-19 pandemic changed things for Samsung?
Wow. I think at this rate, technology and what we're exactly doing right now is something we have never done before. COVID has taught us to do things in different way, and at Samsung, the different way has kind of pulled a bit of a positive, has become a positive trend on our end, because we quickly adapted to the changes, because we started aligning from December when we saw the effect of the COVID in Europe, in Asia, and alignment and understanding of the effects of what could happen in Africa took place at the same time. So we thank that we took the bold step of being able to actually visualize and see the problem and what countermeasures to put in place so that the business is not affected. So for the past 7 months, I can say it has been a world of new things for Samsung. And in East Africa, we have been able to soar, and I can say my business has progressed much better than it was same period last year because of adoption of countermeasures to take care of this situation.
Probably you could let us in on the numbers. How has business been? I mean, turnover, by how much has it grown?
Well, I can say that with comparison to the previous year, we can say that, like, let's look at the products that we have managed to launch, and like the Note 20. And the Note 20, we did around 1.4 times what we did last year in terms of pre-orders and purchases. The A series models that we launched along the way on the same have also soared high. S20 did 1.2 times compared to last year. So the trend has been positive on our end in terms of our launches and our overall business on the same. So this actually primarily it's about adapting to the new measures very quickly. We managed to sort out the logistics because logistics was the main part that was going to be a big headache to everybody else. China is closed. Asia, most of Asia ports are closed. Africa ports are closed. So how do you get the product in? How do you get, because it's a net importation product. It's not assembled within this market. So that was going to be the biggest problem in the market. Correct.
Very well. So you've talked about the performance of some of the devices that you've launched, and really my take would be that those devices are really on the high-end side of things. But a lot of the activity we're seeing on the local front is on the mid-range. Phones that probably are on the feature side, or basically, let's just say affordable smartphone devices. What has the landscape been for Samsung, particularly in the face of COVID-19?
Okay, when you look at COVID, what did COVID do? COVID did a couple of things. Number one, it allowed, on the technology side, it allowed you to interface with your phone much more frequently than before. Okay? That is one of the factors that played a role. Number two, if you are going to interface around 60% of your time with your device, then you will need to be comfortable with that device. Meaning the screen needed to be of an appropriate size. It needed to have to be a smartphone at the same time, and because I'll be talking to somebody else on the other end, and hoping that I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing with you, like what we are doing, Zooming. We are doing a Zoom call at the moment. So a lot of factors came into play, and with this, there was an influx of there was an increase of consumers going to the market, either to upgrade their device, either to change their device, or either to get a very technical savvy product. And we can see that when the work from home formula began, then it increased the necessity to have some of these devices in the hands of consumers as opposed to the monitors in the office and everything else. So all this had a ripple effect that resulted into the demand, a demand increase. So supply was the one that was constrained at an initial level for almost all brands because of the closure of the ports and logistics. But the parameters that have driven this are the increased time spent by a consumer on the device and the necessity to require that device to communicate, to work, to play, and to enjoy. And you can see most of the Kenya market is on a bracket of it's an entry and a max and entry and a middle level bracket in the market. So, and this consists the bigger chunk of the labor force in the country. So when the work from home formulas began, there was an upsurge at this entry level category. And a good device to have used for this would have been a Samsung Galaxy smartphone on the same because of the capabilities, the features, the specs, the big screen, and the longer batteries that were there. Hence, the A series took precedence on the same. Correct.
Very well. Now we're in a period in which we are seeing a gradual reopening of the economy. What do you see as the outlook, particularly from where you sit at Samsung? Are you seeing more sales? Are you seeing a bigger engagement with consumers?
All right. It is a very it's a variable statement on the same. With the opening of the economy, it means there will be a bit more disposable income. We are increasing the disposable income in the hands of the people. The jobs that have been closed down or that were constrained to working for 6 hours now can work for 10 hours and can